I started to work at KPMG in their commercial practice doing risk management, developing internal controls for companies, developing SaaS reports, so doing a lot of risk advisory services for clients. After that, I had a very keen interest in IT security in general, was able to come to the federal government, to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, where I started as a team lead in the IT security group, moved my way up to Deputy CISO, now I'm the CISO of FERC, responsible for developing and executing the cybersecurity strategy for the agency. We are looking at how we can better identify correlation of data. So big data is a big topic, the big buzzword that we see within the federal government. We're looking at all the data sets within an infrastructure. How do we look at that data and how do we identify risk across the infrastructure and how do we protect our systems more importantly? So we're looking at tools such as a SIEM, Security Incident Event Management System, that will help support some of our SOC services. So automation is a very big thing. As a small agency with limited amount of resources, how do we automate more controls to better protect our mission critical systems and data? So we're looking at tools of that sort to help protect the systems as well. So one of the big security challenges that we're looking at the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is data protection, data governance. So we started a project called Information Governance. We're looking at the life cycle of data. How do we create it? How do we store that information? How do we disseminate that information internally and externally within the agency? Big change management effort within the agency, training staff to handle data in a different way, looking at security controls, how to better protect that data, and identifying all the data types that our employees at the agency use on a day-to-day basis. The big thing that we've learned is that we're looking at all the data within the agency, where is it sitting within the infrastructure, and now how are we going to look at better protecting it? Great initiative. We've developed policy and processes around it. We've trained staff, and now we're looking at automated security controls, so tools like a DLP, a data leak protection, and how to better protect that data. The role of the CISO is becoming, I think, ever more important within the federal government, even in the private sector. We see threats evolving, more frequent, more impactful to agency systems and data, where we're looking to see now, we're briefing not only the CIO, but we're looking to brief the senior agency official for risk management, the head of the agency. So I think what we're seeing now within the cyber infrastructure and the cyber environment is that CISOs are going to have a little bit more power to implement change, modernize systems, and better protect that system and data across the global enterprise of the federal government. We're really excited about putting in at the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is our new data leak protection services. So as I mentioned before, our information governance initiative really looked at the type of data that we handle on a day-to-day basis. Now we're looking at how to protect that data so there's no unauthorized disclosure of information. That's also going to be a very big, exciting change management effort within the agency. But I also think it's going to really help alleviate any sort of concerns that senior management or our employees may have about leaking of sensitive data. It's all about threat intelligence. So when we look at government-wide security, DHS has a big role now in how to help better protect our systems and data. So we're doing a lot of collaboration between federal agencies, so my small agency counterparts, with DHS, but more importantly, we're starting to build better relationships with the private sector. They understand the tools, the technology, they've seen a lot of the issues that happened on their side. We're looking at data sharing and that intelligence sharing to better protect our systems and data. So we're trying to get ahead of the curve with that.